Welcome to Comics on a Pyre, a channel to have a meaningful conversation over movies, life, books, and shows, and maybe just a spot to spend time BSing over comics. If you like your entertainment with a bit of substance, then you, my vagabond friend, have come to the right tavern. Tether your horse by the post and come right on in and warm yourself by the fire. Tap that subscribe button, and for the next few minutes, my fellow George Carlin reprobate, lend me your ear. The other day, I was watching the trailer for the 2019 Joker movie. It looked interesting, though my first thoughts were, it doesn't look exactly canon. After watching a few different trailers, I noticed Batman wasn't even in any of the clips, which led me to believe that this is an exclusive Joker origin story. And then another thought dawned on me. Is this the first live-action comic-based movie that specifically focuses on one villain, making him the sole star of the show? I guess there were other villain-based movies when you think about it, like Suicide Squad, where bad guys were the stars, but the Joker movie seems different. It is a character profile pick on exactly what makes the Joker tick, how he came to be. And then something else occurred to me. Exactly on how the comic book industry is changing. We are now dawning on a new age where villains of the industry are getting more and more limelight than the heroes in certain cases. More time is being spent on them and to further understand their history and plight, how they came to be, thus making the readers emphasize more with the character. In the beginning of superhero comics, heroes were depicted as all 100% right. Superman, Spider-Man, Batman were never questioned in their plight. Batman held to the strict code to never kill. Spider-Man said, with great power comes great responsibility. And Superman stood for truth, justice, and the American way. It was clear in each issue that you were reading during the early periods who the good guys were and who the bad guys were supposed to be. Kids were supposed to see themselves as the heroes, want to be them, emulate them. But as time moved on, we as a society, we changed. Our values changed. We became more liberal in our thinking. Some would even say more vitriolic. And it showed in our comics. And thus came the anti-heroes. Wolverine, Punisher, Rorschach, Venom, Deadpool, and Spawn. These characters killed, and in some cases killed with it being their sole intention. There were no quarter given to bad guys so they can just escape custody to commit their crimes again. These heroes, or what they are now referred to as anti-heroes, sometimes blurred the line between good and bad, making the reader question their moral code. They challenged the reader against their own virtues. Let me ask you a question. Do you side with Batman or the Punisher? With Venom or Spider-Man? And my own personal favorite, who do you identify with more? Charles Xavier or Magneto? I guess if you are like me, you just enjoy good storytelling as a whole, so you can enjoy both sides of the argument. But now I see at Comic-Cons, people more and more cosplaying like the villains, with Harley Quinn being by far the most common. And the Joker movie did very well at the box office, almost hitting $100 million on its opening weekend. With this type of dollar seen as the audience votes on what they want to see, you can be sure that there will be more villain-based movies in Hollywood's pipeline in the near future. So I ask you, viewer, are we at the precipice of a new age of comics? One in which we fully embrace the villains, identify more with the villains? Drop a line below in the comment section expressing your thoughts on the topic. Visit my YouTube channel, Comics on the Pyre, for other videos like this one. Tap that bell icon before you go. And oh yes, as always, until next time, keep reading, my friends.